tell me if it's better.
It's live. Hey, everybody. How's it going? My wife and I, are here to talk to you about the 3 myths of leaving your faith. That is a process called deconversion. Most of us with a brain in our heads can, relate to this.
Yeah, so I promise people that advice from TikTok that this would not be a channel that has anything against Christians.
Being a Christian, okay.
That's my stance. What's your stance on that?
Well, as much as I want to joke about, yes, I am totally anti-Christian. I'm not anti-Christian. I am anti-church. That's what I am. The church has been a major force for evil in this world throughout history. And it's not just the Christian church, but that's another video for another time. But yes, we're here to talk about the 3 myths of leaving your faith. And that is myth number 1, that it's easy. Myth number 2, that you're a bad person for doing it. And myth number 3, that making the decision to leave your faith is going to ruin your life.
Dun, dun, dun.
Which is ridiculous.
Okay, but now we've played around or whatever. As we said, this is really a channel about giving voice to people who are going through this alone. So your correct audience member is starting to lose your faith, or you have, and you just want to find words to express that, right? Because it's difficult to leave a community, especially when that community has a whole genre of music behind it. It's got books behind it. It's got schools. It's got a lot of reinforced TV channels behind it, right? And this is a somewhat lonely... radio channels, yeah.
Blogs and everything. They're everywhere. Everywhere. There is a single facet of life where the church doesn't have rubbing hands stuck into. Okay, so they, believe me.
At this. They're much like you, probably knew it, losing your faith.
Yes.
Please don't feel lonely about that. It's okay. So the first myth, as we said, is the myth that it's so easy. You're this lazy person that doesn't want to go to church anymore. You're wanting to be irresponsible. Do you want to speak to it being easy, or shall I?
Well, I will say that everybody seems to think, like you said, that it's lazy thinking, that, you just don't want to put in the social work, so you're just being lazy about it, so you're just going atheist. No, that is not the case, okay? It's like, has always had like a grip hold on every single outlook that the followers have. But its view on science, its view on relationships and sexuality, money, just everything. When you losing or leaving your faith, you basically catch in your mind of what do you actually believe, what actually sounds feasible, and how you're having these thoughts. You see, like for me, for example, I won't call myself a full-on ex-Christian. I'm more like a ex-attempted Christian. Grew up, my family was religious. I went to church with them. However, I tried to buy into it, but I just couldn't. Okay. There was, of course there were things about it that I did believe. I mean, creationism was just so easy to believe. Here we are, humans, an intelligent life species, and of course, we had to have been made by intelligent design. Then I learned about evolution and what it actually is and meant. So that totally was mind screw for me. As well as...
Sorry, you sound like you were running out of ideas.
I was, okay. And I just had one, but whatever, it's fine.
Go for it. So it's okay, love. From a person, but it was very interlinked into my divorce. And people go, why would you let that happen? Let's not pretend that evangelical Christianity and marriage don't go hand in hand. Okay, they are very intertwined. You can't separate those things later. I mean, leaving my faith was earth-shattering. It was a lot like having your belief in gravity no longer apply. It is shocking emotionally, it's shocking intellectually, and you kind of feel like this person lost in the dark. At first it can be very painful, especially when you want there to be a God. You want your daddy God to love you. You want to believe that Jesus is going to be there and make it through, and that the disillusionment with that is not easy. And I think later on we'll speak about who we are. You said that you were someone who tried to be Christian. I was quite the contrary. I am baptized Greek Orthodox. The original real Makoya OG Christians. Then I was raised and confirmed Anglican, which is kind of like Catholic, except the priest can marry. And then when I was about 15, made the decision to be an evangelical Christian. That's three different large denominations, you know. So I know Christianity very intimately, and throughout all of that, my relationship with God was the most important thing to me. Absolutely.
Person, this is simply not true.
Our connection is unstable. Let's wait until we reconnect. Okay. You're a bad person if you leave your faith.
Is just simply not true. Okay. I know we've all seen the quotes and we've all heard it 1,000 times, but I cannot stress it enough. You do not need a religion, and you don't need the fear of going to hell to be a good person. Okay. That those things in and of themselves are just realistically scapegoats so that people don't have to take responsibility for their own crappy behavior. I mean, you see it in movies all the time. The guy goes and confesses, turns around and kills 5 people. Like, what? Okay, so
yeah,
how proactive is that really?
I do speak. Gospel of forgiveness was meant to be something that Jesus knew, that you can have a clean slate and start already forgiven, so I get away with being a dick face. I don't know if I can be monetized with saying the word dick face, but it's cool. You also didn't. You said killed instead of unalived. We're new at this, amateurs. We'll get there.
Well, it's all good.
So what I can say is that what I Christianity, particularly 12 years in evangelical Christianity, is that the first time I was moral was after I decided to be an atheist. And that is because I was sitting in my boss's office and he was not there. And I had decided to give myself moral license. I thought that the opposite of being a Christian was being an atheist. And I thought Christians were good persons, so I had to go be a bad person. I know it was very black and white thinking. And so I was like, fine, I guess I don't have to work. And I kind of sat there trying to be lazy. And I don't think it was 5 minutes when I realized, actually, I think I'm just going to go ahead and work and do the right thing. And I asked myself, but why? Why, if there's no God watching you, would you want to do the right thing? And I was like, just because it feels good. It just feels right to do the right thing. In that moment, I did the right thing for me, not because Big Brother was watching me, not because, so there was no carrot, not because there was a stick. I had no fear at this point anymore. The church could no longer frighten me with hell because to reconnect, it's unstable. Okay, it says we're connected. So I feel that faith is a crutch to which you outsource your morality. It can often bend your morality against your own values. About that in the day homophobic, because the Bible said so. Was
pedophile priests ruin your life. Now, I think honestly,
we're disconnecting again, so we're just gonna.
So I will give you a prime example of somebody whose life is actually much better off. That is my gorgeous wife right here. Okay, she not believing, as she calls Big Brother,
affected life.
Yes, and
yep.
Yeah,
it's okay, because even though it says we're unstable,